vulnerable populations. This situation reflects a broader trend of political manipulation and disinformation, similar to tactics used during Brexit, where misleading narratives influence public opinion. This underscores the need for vigilance to protect democratic processes.
So looking at the chat log, you can see the disinformation. I mean, for example, how they dismantled USA, just went in and just ripped it apart. They're planning to do the same thing with the Department of Education. There is no checks and balances because the Supreme Court has given Trump complete immunity for any actions in the executive. So he is completely free to issue orders to derail because it sits on him, right? So we're in a very dire situation. And talk about this I don't know, the reality of what's happening and how it ties to USA Brexit, in the sense that USA Brexit is an exit from our democracy, and Brexit was an exit from the EU. This was always the plan. I want you to express where the history of Brexit with Mercer and Bannon. Dot the I's. I want you to connect everything together in a very simple way, concise way. Talking about Adler. I don't know, it was Adler or whoever came up with the GOP disinformation tactic, right? All of the bigotry and everything else. Kind of wrap it up. Put it in a nice, express a nice way. Make it simple for people to understand. So that's beautiful. Yeah, you can ramble. And now it's going to take my rambling, right, and put it.
#USA Brexit, America's exit from democracy. What we're witnessing isn't just chaos. It's a coordinated exit from democracy, mirroring how Brexit was an engineered exit from the EU. Brexit wasn't about sovereignty. It was about breaking institutions, spreading disinformation, and shifting power into the hands of a few. That same playbook is now being used to dismantle the US government. #the playbook, from Brexit to USA Brexit. The architects of Brexit, Robert Mercer, Steve Bannon, and Cambridge Analytica, tested their methods in the UK before deploying them on the US. Mercer bankrolled Brexit and Trump's 2016 win. Bannon pushed nationalism and anti-globalist narratives. Cambridge Analytica harvested data to manipulate voters with psychographic targeting. Brexit's success was proof. If you flood a country with lies, fear, and chaos, you can get them to vote against their own interests. That strategy is now being used to rip America out of democracy itself. Trump's 2024 victory. The next phase, USAID dismantled 83% of programs gone overnight. Department of Education. Returning control to states means defunding public schools and erasing federal oversight. Complete executive immunity. The Supreme Court ruled that Trump is above the law, removing any checks on his power. This isn't about policy. It's about eliminating the institutions that hold power accountable. The disinformation machine. The GOP disinformation strategy, perfected over decades, follows a simple formula. 1. Flood the conversation with lies, conspiracy theories, and distractions. Bannon's flood the zone with shit doctrine. 2. Accuse the opposition of what they are doing. Deep state, rigged elections, weaponized government. 3. Use racism and bigotry to rally resentment. This tactic traces back to Lee Atwater, who refined the Southern strategy. 1960s. Use overt racism, segregation forever. 1980s, coded language, welfare queens, states' rights. Today, woke agenda, immigrants stealing jobs, pedophile Democrats. Every message is crafted not to inform, but to enrage, because an angry, fearful population is easier to control. Why this matters. The end game of USA Brexit. Brexit wasn't just about leaving the EU. It was about weakening democracy, consolidating power, and making citizens too divided to resist. The UK lost economic stability, global influence, and internal unity. Now, the US is being set up for the same fate. USA Brexit is the final stage. Democracy is being hollowed out from the inside. Institutions are being gutted. The legal system is being neutralized. This was always the plan. Create a country where elections don't matter, laws don't apply to the powerful, and citizens are too disoriented to fight back. Brexit was the warning. America is the target.
Okay. All right.